Welcome to our episode 1 of Startups, Shakeups and Breakups. I would like to tell you a story, just like I promised, with terrible situation that was resolved, how it was resolved, and how people found happy ending. And happy ending in our case is PR in Canada. Okay, so the story started a few years ago when a solid team applied for PR, and then one person got divorced. Well, it was internal situation. We resolved that within a month, and file was updated because that was about changes in family composition. But that's not the terrible part of the story. The terrible part of the story came out when the person got remarried few months later. We don't know the consequences of personal life and how they decided to part ways with previous spouse, what was the reason. That part is personal. But interesting part came to light when the person who he got married to got diagnosed with cancer. That is something that we have to take very seriously. And in this case, that person decided to take care of that new spouse. What happened next? Well, we've taken care of someone. What came next is a decision to withdraw from application process. Well, decision to withdraw from application process of startup means what? If you're watching our channel, if you're following us, if you understand what startup visa is, dependency of each other within the team is crucial. So what happened then? Well, decision was made, but unfortunately, the processing was beyond validity of LOS. As you can imagine, the team basically faced very, very struggling moment. What they did? First of all, they approached us with very honest and very open opinion-seeking call, and we got together. We discussed it thoroughly. We played different scenarios. In fact, we've played 4 scenarios how we can deal with this, and team selected one scenario under which we decided to take a risk and reissue certificates of commitment based on departure of one person for humanitarian reason, because taking care of someone who got cancer is a family member, right? That is humanitarian and compassionate case. So what happened next? Well, this is where things got tricky, because immigration initially decided to reject it, and they said, no. Departure for whatever reason is kind of okay. People can continue maybe, but we have to review everything. So we decided to coordinate the process with immigration. What we did next was internal know-how, if you wish. We deal with immigration. We discuss how it can be dealt with and what can be the consequences for the team, because the team, remember, decided to stick together, strongly approach the business development efforts, and prove to the government through communication of multiple channels, I guess. And we managed to show that the business will be intact, even with departure of that key person. And definitely people got together and solidified their efforts to replace that person, not physically, because that's impossible in the midway, but replace in terms of duties and how they took care of business. And by the way, in this case, the departed applicant stay on the team, because we discussed that avenue as well. And what we found, and after coordination with corporate lawyers, we decided to keep that person on the team as a member, as shareholder, but not immigrant member of the team. So the person decided to withdraw application from permanent residency, but decided to stick to the team and help to the best of his ability. Well, it was minimal, but it was good. So the happy ending in this case, PR was granted. But again, this is very, very interesting point I would like to make as a result of this story. Breakups and shakeups happen. And this is a story of shake-up. And trust me, it was a big shake-up for the team. The whole team was shaken for a few months. But finally, we found resolution because one thing for sure, legal team, us, and team of the project, and angels, in this case, it was angel organization who supported, they stuck together. And this is what I always tell people. When you start your journey, make sure you trust your partners, trust your immigration professionals, and you trust your supporting designated organization. Only together you can survive. Well, as usual, if you have something else to say or comment, please leave your comment below. Tell your own story. We would love to hear that. And like us, share this video with someone who you think may benefit from this. And stay safe by staying informed.